Yeah.
I've got 6:30. Let's go ahead and open the hearing for the comprehensive plan update. Call the hearing to order with a roll call.
Travis Kramer.
Here.
Scott McCorney.
Here.
Jeremy Hansen.
Here.
Jason Weesey.
Here.
Paul Kraus.
Here, Open Meetings Act is posted on the wall. Travis, you wanna take over?
Sure. So more than a year ago, pushing probably closer to two, we were asked to start revising the comprehensive plan to get a current plan on record. And so we've worked through the process with a committee on a updated comprehensive plan. Probably the biggest single change from our last plan to this one was the last plan had a very, very specific set of goals down to things like start a community daycare. And we saw how many of those were never even started as a community to be discussed. And so instead of us outlining the exact goals from a small group, is that we stayed with large general directions, letting future committees, whether they be a strategic committee or somebody else, giving them the opportunity to really propose a direction, a project, whatever it is, rather than us spell out right now and it sit on a piece of paper for 10 years. We updated all and by the way, first I want to say Kate took on a ton of work and really chased down people, got people to meetings. So I want to thank Kate for a ton of work on this thing that you just couldn't get rid of for quite a long time. So anyway, thank you.
Yes.
So back to it. But we've updated, again, the community profile, trends. Did Ben Jewell help with this? I can't remember if he did much on this one.
In the beginning,
Did
I
he?
think, but that was before I was clerk, so I'm not sure.
Okay, so the community profile information has been updated. And yeah, I think it probably the end is the planning goals on page 40 is probably the most significant thing to look at. And again, they're very general, but they're meant to be that way. So if anyone has thoughts, I would not recommend we vote to approve it tonight. I would recommend everybody take time to thumb through it and make sure that we're really liking the direction of the general goals, making sure we haven't missed something major. And if the board's that comfortable with approving it, that's fine too. But I guess questions, is there anything specifically you want to ask about? If not, then I'm going to jump ahead to section 7, the community planning goals and how we approached writing those. So for example, the very first one is general community planning goals, improve and promote the small town character, appearance, and attractiveness of Arlington, including the Highway 30 corridor and downtown business district. Not very specific. But below that, we put in their area of opportunity beautification projects. So not without spelling out exactly we want to put 15 trees in downtown or something like that. We'll leave that up to a committee who's really passionate about it to pick a direction and run with it. The Planning Commission did take a look at it and gave us some updates. I believe we got some of the updates in there. Not so much.
I didn't get any.
Okay. So we need to review that one more time, but the good news is that section specifically, it could be sustainable as is. It wasn't obsolete by any means. It just hadn't been changed since the last plan. You know, I probably should mention, there was a community survey we did, and that data is in here. Community needs survey, page 31. Nick Schreck, spearheaded that one. He did a great job getting well, him and his students, I believe, worked together to put together the survey. And then we promoted it for a while within the community, hoping people would respond to it. There was no real surprises when it came to community opinion and the areas of opportunity. Um, well, I don't want to influence the board, but you can get your own, the statistics and see what people thought and liked and thought maybe there was a larger opportunity to improve. Pete, was this the maps that we found that weren't consistent with what we had on record with the county and state?
Are they?
The map of maps?
You and you're in the land use?
Yeah,
Um,
and the zoning, because we had a zoning, existing land use.
those aren't the same ones that are that weird map we found,
Okay.
with no date.
Okay,
That's not
good.
That one. Not the same.
Jeremy, you helped out. Anything I missed there? Is there something?
Not really. I mean, the biggest thing was changing the way that we approached the goal and keeping it to like so people can take that direction then based on passions.
Yeah.
John, do you know if that map's right on page 37? Flood plain part of it? Since your property's in it, I was just curious if you knew if it was accurate.
Yeah, you mean the floodplain?
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw that. Even, we have to do a request to change that. But there has to be more than just, obviously, I'm kind of a biased opinion. Being so I'm the floodplain manager and my property.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's,
I just didn't know
yep.
if that was accurate or.
Oh, a long time ago.
I didn't know if something like that would actually affect you or not, so that's why.
Not so far.
Good.
Any other questions or concerns? On the comprehensive plan? Not. We can take a motion to adjourn the hearing. If everybody wants to renew this for another month, I don't think that would be a bad idea.
It probably would be good for one last look with the planning commission, seeing if there's any last feedback before we.
That needs to be updated. So that's concrete now. That's what we just did around the school.
Yep, sure is.
That's right there. All that is.
Yeah.
The map on page 25, Kate. Road surface type. The whole area that we just did. Has to be updated to blue.
What's the asphalt? It's all wrong, because that up there is all green too.
Mm.
We're missing something there because this is all concrete.
Mhm.
Page is up.
25.
I'll look for the next meeting. Make parks. Update.
Yeah, Ellsworth will need to be updated, it looks like.
Looks like a lot of-
But like all this is.
Oh, that's awesome.
Concrete right
Yeah. I don't remember that ever.
But look at 24. What's that map?
Local street, collector street, major street.
I don't know what that means.
Oh,
That would probably be right. All
I
that.
think that was part
Yep.
of it.
okay. So we're missing a layer or something on this other map.
You know what, though? I wonder if would Sixth Street be considered a collector street? Because it does actually run all the way north-south. I mean, I don't know what they're
I
doing.
have no idea what a collector street even, we'd have to ask our.
Mappa, yeah, Mappa's the one that made that one. I'm assuming it means it's an outlet to the main road.
Collector Street, the definition's right there, collector street system.
Is it up above
It's
or
just below.
below it? Provides direct access to adjacent land uses. So then that would be because it would be from here, which this is agricultural, right? To industrial, which is the highway here, because this one actually connects all the way. The only reason I thought that is because of this
Mhm.
and this or that, then that would be too, because it connects the same. Because it's a through street.
Mhm.
But if you just grab that off of the old one,
Yeah, that one still
We
says
went with-
map. I'm guessing we didn't change anything there. But good catch.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second one.
We have a motion and a second for the adjournment of the comprehensive plan update hearing. If there's no further discussion, let's vote on that motion.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Jason Weasey. Travis Kramer.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
Aye. Regular board meeting for Monday, October 21st, 2024. Let's call the meeting to order. For the roll call.
Jeremy Hansen.
Here.
Jason Weasey.
Here.
Travis Kramer.
Sure.
Scott McCorney.
Here.
Paul Kraus.
Here. Open Meetings Act is posted on the wall. Item 4, consent agenda. Did anybody have anything there that they wanted to consider separately? If not, we just need motion and a second. approval as presented. Items A, B, C.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented, A, B, and C.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the consent agenda as presented. Items A, B, and C. There's no further discussion. Let's vote on that motion.
Jason Weasey,
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
Aye. Item 5, approval of minutes from September 16, 2024 meeting minutes for budget hearing, tax levy hearing, 1 and 6 year plan hearing, and regular board meeting minutes. We just need a motion for approval of the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the September 16, 2024 meetings. Minutes for the budget hearing, tax levy hearing, and 1 and 6 year plan hearing, and the regular board meeting.
Do we have a second? We need a second for the motion.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the minutes for the September 16th meeting minutes for budget hearing, tax levy hearing, 1 and 6 year plan hearing, and regular board meeting. If there's no further discussion, let's vote on that motion.
Travis Kramer.
Aye.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Jason Weasey.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
Aye. Item 6, unfinished business, discussion and possible approval of quote for radar speed signs.
That first quote was probably what Robinson prior referred to at Fort Calhoun.
I reached out to them. I can't remember what that company's called, so I'm gonna.
Radar sign.
And I sent them the info of what we're looking for and they didn't get back to me. So I don't know if you guys wanna wait and see if she gets back, but
Jason, on the signs that you had quoted,
Yep.
the mounting options, I do believe that with that square post mount, we can get a square post with like holes in it for padlock. So we could lock them up and we could put other mounts around town. That would be our portable part of it. If we wanted to move one somewhere else, we could. That would just be getting some more of the mounting brackets probably. Which doesn't look like they're terribly expensive.
He was actually here for the, whatever.
at
The thing in Lincoln,
Conference. or
yeah.
anything. Yours.
So for the price difference, that would be my suggestion to the board. To go with that, the radar sign, unless you wanted to get the other quote from that. One from the.
And I never talked to him about like a portable thing. I wonder if we reach out to him, you might be able to ask him. And they might have a better solution for that, you know what I'm saying?
They may, or,
I don't know.
and I can't remember who I talked to, I think it was the company. The one that I got the quote from, and they said that even if you did get the normal sign, people have been known to move them around. They'll just put another sleeve in the ground and move them. Or
Sure.
they want them.
Do you wanna wait for another quote or you wanna make a? motion?
I just, you look at the two different bids, I mean, there's not much detail on the one for 4,000 something.
There's not.
So I don't know if it really truly is equivalent or not, you know what I'm saying?
Well, and all of those are for one piece of equipment. Not two, right? So they're all over. They're all over half of what the radar sign estimate is.
I'll make a motion to accept that quote from Radar Sign. Not to exceed $7,861. And if, once you order it or talk to him, if he finds that there's a way to get it cheaper, obviously to, whatever.
Yeah, I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of quote for radar speed signs from Radar Sign in the amount of $7,861. There's no further discussion. Let's vote on that motion.
Scott McCorney,
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen,
Aye.
Jason Weasey,
Aye.
Travis Kramer,
Aye.
Paul Crups.
Aye. Item 7, discussion and possible approval of sod at 715 North 8th Street, requested by Gary Wyota. My understanding, do we have anybody
Maybe, I'm not sure.
on Zoom to speak? My understanding was that he had put sod down in the last 12 months.
Yeah, I don't know how long it was, but he just recently put sod down and had a sprinkler system put in. His request was to have that back to the state it was, which was sod. I don't know where he got the sod from. I'd have to figure that all out and the price on it, because I really don't even, I think it's just a fescue blend. We can reach out to him and find out and hold off on that part of it for now. That's it. That's kind of up to you guys, or we can just go ahead and say, this is the fescue blend. It's gonna need to be watered in. Just like sod anyways, so.
I don't have a problem with putting sod in there of his choice. I mean, we're supposed to put things back the way they were. As long as he can. As long as we feel that he had actually put sod down.
Is this from the road?
This is from
It's
the,
from the road project.
Yeah.
Yes. And as far as that goes. Yeah, I should have just got a square footage price from Sorenson sod, but I did not. I guess we could have prove it to a certain amount. And if it exceeds that, then wait till the next board meeting. I would say a conservative number would probably be $1,500 to put sod in, 1,200. Because it's a considerable chunk of his front yard.
Yeah, looking pretty good. He did. Saw the whole thing.
That would be a conservative number, I would think. Or we just use our best judgment and tell them to do it and bill us. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna. The local company's not gonna gouge us, let's put it that way.
My only question is, so like, I believe there was a person that had sewer work done that wanted sod. And we said, when we do any repairs or anything like that, it has to just go back as grass. Is this different than?
We did, I don't know which.
What was it on Dodge or whatever? Can't remember. Who was that? I'll think of who.
I know Elm Street, we did that project, that Anselon's, we did do
We
sod.
did sod on that one, correct?
We did.
yeah, it was west of Clapham.
Is it Dodge? No, Ellsworth.
Right on Ellsworth, probably.
It was right on Ellsworth. They dug it up and then he wanted sod and we said, no,
I don't recall that.
when we do repairs, it's seed. So do we open, do we open up ourselves to anyone that says, well, my lawn was nice too, and I want sod put back?
The only issue I would have is this gentleman was, he sent me an email, he's not there right now speaking. And he asked me, I said, we've had good results with the hydro seeding they've done.
Right.
And he said, well, I've looked at 8th and 9th and there's bad results. Well, you have to water it to get it to grow. And I
Right,
don't think, the ones that have watered, you can tell. The ones that are not watering, it's not gonna grow.
it doesn't grow, right?
It's just like sod. You have to water sod to get it to grow. It's the same thing. So it's 6 to 1, half dozen the other, except it's gonna cost the village more money.
Time wise, do we have time to get sod in yet this year? Or is it,
I'm sure they put sod down December 1st before. I mean, as
Okay.
long as the ground's not frozen, they'll put sod down. It'll just dormant and it'll come back the next year.
okay,
As far as when it's gonna freeze, I don't know.
right. I just didn't know.
Yes, we're cutting it close, let's put it that way. But we're also cutting it close with seeding right now.
Reason I was asking is if it wasn't gonna happen anyways until springtime, then we had time to
Yeah.
get Sorensen to give us a bid and just make it official. If they're trying to rush it to get it done,
And
I,
if you guys want to go that route, we can hold off and get a bid till the next meeting and we can just let the homeowner know. They're gonna do we just need to get bids to do it. And it may be spring now. I mean, at this point, I think everybody's pretty much done mowing. If there's a few people that love mowing their yard, I'm sure, but I don't.
yeah.
I'd just soon get it done if we can this year and be done with it and not have to worry.
So
I don't, are you guys okay with coming up with an amount of up to?
So if you made the initial improvement to the reside, you had some investments there, I'd like some sod there probably.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so do you guys have a number up there then, or do you? I mean, I know on our other street project, we had a couple different people that were very particular with their yards and I know we've been conditions for theirs. Not sure the one you're talking about what happened, but on a street project, I think the rule is that they say that we will put it back the way it was. That's what they, that's what the construction crews tell the customer, so, or the property owners. What was the number that you thought would cover it?
I would say 12 to 1,500 would be a conservative number. I don't think it'll be that much, but I don't know. I don't.
Did we decide red Miss Felt's property?
No, we didn't.
Oh,
We did Troy and Sloan.
Yeah.
I remember doing Troy.
yeah, that's, yeah.
Was that a different, we sodded that one?
Yes, we did.
Was that when,
We did.
during the street project?
During the street.
And
But
we
not most
we
recent?
just did the recent one too.
We did?
Correct, we did. Yep,
Okay.
that is. I think you got an invoice for it last meeting.
Sorensen, yeah.
Or I can sure get 3 bids from 3 different sod companies and just take the cheapest bid to do it. If that makes you guys more comfortable rather than just going through one company and they know. I mean, I can sure do that. There's sod companies everywhere. I don't think we should leave it up to the homeowner to hire whoever they want to hire to do the work.
I'll make a motion for John to get 3 bids and to pick the cheapest bid to cover Gary Quota's sod at 715 North 8th Street.
Second,
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the the lowest of three bids for sod replacement at 715 North 8th Street. If there's no further discussion, let's vote on that motion.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Jason Weasey.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
Aye. Item B, Travis, you said that Mike would hold on till we could fill these positions.
If it came down to having a quorum.
So I would say that we table the resignation of Michael Dwyer for now. And if we wanted to accept the resignations of Charlie Reed and Dean Worley, I don't know if we can make one motion for both. You want to do them separate?
I have them separate on.
Okay. Item C, then let's do first.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Charlie Reed from the planning commission.
I'll second it.
Item C, discussion and approval of the resignation of Charlie Reed from the planning commission. We have a motion and a second. There's no further discussion. Let's vote on that motion.
Travis Kramer.
Aye.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Jason Weasey.
Yep.
Paul Kraus.
Aye. Item D, discussion and possible approval of resignation of Dean Worley from planning commission.
I'll make the motion to accept the resignation of Dean Worley, planning commission.
Second it.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the resignation of Dean Worley from the planning commission. There's no further discussion. Let's vote on that motion.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Jason Weasey.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
Aye.
Can I make a suggestion that we get him like a gift card and a card of thanks?
Yeah.
Whatever, I don't know if we need to put dollar amount on it or whatever, but something for their contributions over the years.
Item E, streets committee report. We're just waiting on everything to fall in line on the streets project. We've had some delays with moving utilities and hopefully this weather doesn't slow us down much, but boy, the rain has sure been. Go ahead, John.
Got some updates today on they're hoping to get half of A Street toward to the intersection where they put the up to the intersection in Dodge, half of it, and they want to do the radius at the same time. And then Monday, that's Friday, Monday, they want to jump to the other side and do that. In the meantime, they've got the inlets all formed up for the storm sewer. And he's hoping to get that poured yet this week too, so and the street back in, so
Okay.
fingers crossed, hopefully in a couple weeks, we're in a good position and
Yeah.
to the final stages.
Sounds good.
Signs, like going down Walnut, there's multiple street signs that are like leaning way over from last winter. If there's a way that we get those.
I'm gonna have to reset them all.
Yep.
I'm gonna get new ones too. There's a lot of them that are faded.
Perfect.
Peter, but if I can limp through one more winter with them, so they don't all blow over this winter, next spring we'll hit them hard,
Gotcha.
get them all back up, get them looking pretty again.
Item B, streets and parks report. Anybody have any questions for John on his?
Seen somebody on social media today asking if we're gonna have a spot to dump leaves around town.
There'll probably be a pile down there at Bell Creek, like always, in the parking lot, but if people wanna dump leaves on it, they sure can. We have a farmer that takes them, so we'll haul them all right outside of town here. So if you hear of anybody there, if there's a pile down there, they can add to it. Otherwise, there's a place down at the tree dump that just for leaves and grass. Clippings.
Ceiling tiles in the library. I had noticed, there's some damage in one of the restrooms that I was shown. A couple weeks back, looks like the drywall tape's coming off in the ceiling.
Well, that was that leak that I tried contacting, Kennesaw. They haven't got that, but I'll follow up on that.
Okay,
I think it might be a vent pipe that I'm gonna have them come look at it.
okay. All right, if that's all we have for John, let's move on to item C, discussion and possible approval of change order from JEO from street improvement project. It looks like it's a total net decrease. Is that what I'm getting?
Yep, 2,000 some dollars. I'm all about that negative sign in front of it for once.
It's nice to have a negative change order. Yes, it doesn't always turn out that
No,
way.
it does not. I'll make a motion to accept the change order.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for approval of change order from JEO for the street improvement project. If there's no further discussion, let's vote on that motion.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Jason Weasey.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
Aye. Item D, discussion and possible approval of tree removal at 655 North 8th Street.
Travis, did you look at that when you were out there?
I took the pictures. I walked down there and walked around and took pictures.
My opinion is that that it's not damaged. But we can wait and see, I guess. And if
Yeah.
anything does come about.
So I took pictures of the tree on the other side that we approved. And the big difference over there is that's where we dug the trench for the sewer, where they were right up against the tree and took a lot of deep roots out. This side doesn't look like they dug down at all. I mean, maybe scraped the top surface a little bit, but the dirt pile made it hard to tell. But walking around it, I couldn't see that they'd done any deep digging next to the tree that would weaken the root system. And again, every tree is an old tree. It could come down anytime, but I saw nothing that was done intentionally that would have weakened it.
This is for a customer.
The property owner wants it removed, is that?
Did they say they had a arborist come and get it?
That was that one. I think that was on.
But I don't know.
I think I heard that.
You want?
This is what it looked like in
Someone
2012.
came and looked
Yep.
and recommended, but I don't know.
Yeah,
So I don't know. Don't look much different to me.
Again, it's hard to tell with the dirt piled up to see where they actually dug, but from just the other dirt digging out here, it looked like it was still quite a ways from even the base. I saw nothing that.
Maybe table it until we're done with the street.
my suggestion would be to wait until next spring when the.
See what it looks like after the dirt's gone.
You're gonna see if the tree's dead. I mean, it's not gonna come back.
Okay.
There you go.
I mean, if it doesn't, I guess we know that it did damage to it.
All right, if we've got no other discussion on that, let's move on to item E. Discussion and possible approval of a quote for shop heater.
This is for the north end of the shop,
To the north side of the shop,
the big equipment.
where I think the next one's gonna be about the insulation. Yeah, where we keep the dump trucks. and the
Don't want it to gel up,
We had a rough time last year. As a few of the board members can attest to that, we're up there. And I think we budgeted substantially more than this for the year, so.
While it wasn't near enough, I know we did accept some money. Was it federal money?
We did, yeah.
Or-
It wasn't federal, but it was, through the NMPP, I wanna say.
There you
I don't know
go.
What it stands for, but
That was for the
for
insulation.
like, green energy.
Green energy, I think we insulate,
Any type of initiative that direction.
I think it was only maybe a couple thousand.
I was gonna say like less than 1,500 maybe.
Okay.
But it would go towards that.
Well, after seeing last year that snowstorm, that big truck not starting and thinking about. It's,
Do you have those up? I got a different number than what he's got.
I did not.
1432.
Read.
I'm wrong.
1470. Where was I? No. What am I missing? I'm missing something, John, because
Does it come up to,
I got 290789.
another
I must have missed something when I added them. Did I miss the?
200.
What'd you get?
210.
I came up with 29.
210, I must have missed the 210.
I think you did.
Well, whatever it is, then.
I just wanted to make sure we gave you enough.
Absolutely, yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the bid from Greg Russell for installation and to purchase the gas heater for the shop in the amount of $2,907.89.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the quote for the shop heater. There's no further discussion. Let's vote on that motion.
Travis Kramer,
Aye.
Scott McCorney,
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Jason Weasey.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
Aye. Item F, discussion and approval of quote for shop insulation.
I don't know if you guys know much about, I didn't know much about the spray and insulation. The closed cell insulation is it's turned rock hard. That's the difference between closed and open cell. The R value is about the same. I got it at the one company. A1 spray foam did give me a quote on the closed cell, right? Where am I at here?
The other one, the open cell?
The open cell. So my suggestion would be to go with the open cell. The guy said that they do a lot of the open cell in open buildings like that. Why the other companies didn't even give me that option is beyond me. But
Wait a minute, John. These quotes look like they're all closed cell.
there's an open cell right there. See the
Is that the 5-inch
open cell 5-inch average
Oh, got it.
versus closed cell
Yep, gotcha.
of 18,500.
That would be the one you're recommending.
That would be the one that I would recommend because it's not as expensive. And I did ask the question, if there's hail damage to the building, does this stuff just come off? He said, yeah, it's one of them, if you take the roof off, it comes off with, you'll have to get a hold of your insurance company and let them know. So it's insured as, so that's insured as well as the metal.
Did they say anything about like warranty wise, spraying directly to the tin? Will
They
that,
did not.
will it void the warranty? Like mine, if you spray directly to the tin, they'll void the warranty for the tin.
He did not.
As far as the
The
paint.
one gentleman did say that he suggests after you do it, to put like a primer on it. To paint it. Because it. With.
Paint the spray foam.
Yeah, it's spray foam, paint it itself, but no, they didn't mention anything about voiding the warranty on it. No, none of them did, so.
I don't know if we have a warranty. Do we have a warranty
I
on?
don't know if there's warranty on any insulation.
On the structure? No, on the structure,
On the structure, oh, no, I think it's already, yeah, it's
All
already.
right, well then, that doesn't matter then.
Correct. Oh, I thought you meant.
No, not on the insulation, on the building, the tin itself,
No.
I'll void the warranty if it's sprayed directly.
There's no warranty. Not that I know, at least, I've never seen one.
I'd motion to approve the bid from A1 Spray Foam Installation in the amount of $18,500 for the open cell 5-inch average.
Second,
I'll second that.
we have a motion and a second for the approval of insulation from A1 spray foam insulation in the amount of $18,500. If there's no further discussion, let's vote on that motion.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Jason Weeksy.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
All right. Item F, water and sewer, people services report. You hear anything from people service about having a rep here tonight?
No, James said he was gonna zoom in, but.
Oh.
No, he didn't.
Is that the second month in a row that we've not had a rep?
He was here last month, that was the month before.
Yeah, he was here last,
Okay, he was here last month. Okay.
last month was really long.
Does anybody have any questions on the report? I did get an email that they'd given us, they have some prices on sewer meters so that we could watch, put them in manholes and take some readings. John was supposed to have some information to us tonight, so we'll look forward to hearing about that.
You mean James?
James, I'm
Yep, yep.
sorry.
I was looking at John going, John, where is it?
Yeah,
I don't have any information.
we had some work on the Force Main that was out on Morningside Road. I was gonna ask James if he knew how they knew, apparently a property owner told them there was a problem.
They saw the water coming up, the property owner did, and then called Fremont, and then Fremont called us. This office to try to get a hold of people's service.
I think that's gonna be an important one to keep an eye on as far as moving forward. Well, there's other ones in line to track something else.
There's like 4 more that they don't even really know where they are, so we gotta get out there and locate them.
Yeah, I was told
The man-
they drive by this one like once a month maybe, so he wouldn't have known if it was leaking.
All right. Committee report. Travis, we haven't really had anything to talk about in the last month. It's probably time to set up another meeting.
Start planning. We do have a
Yeah.
laundry list of things with them to look at. We haven't heard one yet.
You know. We'll try and set something up. Item G, Washington County Sheriff Report. Did anybody have any questions or concerns on that?
Sheriff Robinson is in Fort Calhoun tonight, but he said if you guys had questions, feel free to call. He'll step out, so.
We do?
I don't think we have anything at this time, probably.
I know, but are we due for a sit down in the morning sometime again?
Yeah, the date, I'll be there.
We'll work something out, you know.
Item H, Parks Committee Report.
We don't have, I don't have anything new.
No,
In the year stuff.
it did,
Oh, did we budget for anything for the pool, for the, what were we gonna do, something, a study?
I think a study,
A study on something?
have it written down.
I mean, is there something that we need to start on now?
We were
I would
looking,
have to double check my notes. I thought we budgeted for a study.
What sort of
oh,
study?
for a set of plans that if we were gonna lay something out to get some budgetary pricing
it
on
was
it.
more like a feasibility, like
There you go.
study.
Yeah.
But we were working on a committee to try to do something with that. and
Right.
Haven't really found anyone to spearhead that yet, but
Is something that we need to ask our head lifeguard if she knows of anyone that
Sure.
would like to.
We did reach out to some parents really involved with the pool and nobody was too excited about spearheading it. I think
Right.
they all would like to have input, but nobody really wanted to take a lead on it.
I just didn't know if there was something on my.
No, you're right.
I needed to do.
Yeah, I'll reach out to a few more people, see if I can get anybody who's interested in being a part of that conversation. But you're right, we did talk about feasibility or some preliminary plans to find out what it costs for a,
Yeah,
right.
budget.
So that's something we advertise on Facebook. I'm willing participants.
I like it.
Yeah,
All right, monthly library report. Anybody have any questions or concerns there? Anybody make it to book club? Oktoberfest?
I did, unfortunately.
All right, item I, cemetery committee report. Scott, anything new for us?
Yeah, I'll talk with Trevor, cemetery sexton, maybe promoting, suggest a maybe an increase of plots. Right, currently we're at 300. We're thinking maybe even, we can discuss that, but maybe bring up to 500, which is still probably cheaper than prairie ones. He suggested doubling it, but I'm thinking maybe 5 would be. Right, maybe. Think about that too for a little bit, otherwise. Proper steps might be.
Do we need to draft something up before we make that approval or?
I mean, yeah, we'll have to think on that and then pass it by resolution for sense of policy.
Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to make a few phone calls and try and get some comparisons.
Yeah, the clerks have talked about it before. I'll just look in the emails.
Okay,
I remember you talking about that in a meeting. One time, didn't we,
Makes sense.
did we get, it's been a while.
I think we raised it from 250 to 300 since I've been on the board, but I don't remember how
I
long.
remember we compared St. Paul's and other cemetery over by Kenner,
Yeah,
but I can't remember how long ago that was. Jason, I know you.
I don't remember ever raising it, so
I don't.
It might have been before, yeah.
I mean, I think they talked.
I don't- yeah.
Never did.
Yeah.
think we talked about it since I've been on stage. Yes, maybe next month. Talk about some more.
All right, item J, administrative, Washington County Building Permit Report. Did anybody have any questions or concerns on that? If not, let's move on to the clerk report. Kate,
Usual.
How many move-ins and move-outs were there for the month?
There were quite a few this month. 4, 5.
What is our average? Is it typically about that?
Around that, but some months, like, we'll just have none. And all of a sudden, there'll be all these people in and out.
How many auditorium contracts do we have scheduled between now and the end of the year?
There's quite a few. Yeah, it fills up in November a bit. December, I don't know. Jake manages all that. I don't know.
Oh, gotcha. How's the Washington County leadership classes going?
It's good. This month was the last class and, yeah, next month is the little luncheon graduation thing. All done.
would definitely recommend it to someone else.
It was good. There was met a lot of good people. It was really neat to see all the stuff in Washington County because you just don't really know.
Yeah.
And you don't really have the opportunity to do all that ever. Like this last week, we toured all the schools in Washington County. It's pretty neat. So, no, I don't know. Cool thing. Fun people.
Ready to go to the state one now, right? There is one, you knew that, right?
I didn't know that.
Let's see, the 60-day notice, non-renewal, did we hear anything back from the school or?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Good, I'll stop now. No, I'm fine, I'm ready. All right, if there's no other questions for Kate on the clerk report. Item C, I believe we were thinking about tabling that till next month. Letting everybody have a chance to go over the comprehensive plan. We've got some updates to make anyway, so. We're okay with that, we'll table that. Item D, discussion and possible approval of tuition reimbursement request forms.
So you're taking it right now, okay?
Yeah.
There's nobody calling right now. Let me know if you want to make a call.
I really don't call my phone.
Okay, I won't.
It's good to know. There's nobody calling.
We approve these an hour after they're complete.
Well, I figured we would like put this tuition reimbursement request in front of you so that if you approve it,
The
then.
payables next month.
Yeah, when it's done, we'll just do the reimbursement, like, here's the invoice
The next.
type thing with the receipt, yeah. If that makes sense, that made sense to me anyway.
So make a motion for the approval of the tuition reimbursement request. Pending
Completion.
the completion and eligibility.
Right.
Yeah.
Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second for approval of tuition reimbursement request forms from Kate Robinson and Jacob Kahn. If there's no further discussion, let's vote on that motion.
Jason Lacy,
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
All right, Item E, discussion and possible approval of quote for nuisance abatement at 320 North Fourth Street.
Any contact with that owner?
So I had talked to the landlord, the property owner. They live, I think, in South Dakota. And this was shortly after our meeting, last month, and just let her know what was going on, and she said that they would try to get it cleaned up, but I haven't actually heard from the people living there. It seems like they've made some effort, but no one's actually contacted me to be like, we're doing this, this is the plan, we're cleaning it up, or is this good enough, or anything like that. So, I mean, I guess as far as I'm concerned, it's not cleaned up. As the nuisance abatement officer over here, I'd say it's not cleaned up.
I would agree.
So the sheriff will take care of the cars.
Right, I was gonna call them to
And,
tow it.
and we don't have to pay. There's one quote in here that has a price for that. We wouldn't pay for that, would we? I mean,
I
that,
mean, I was just gonna call Washington County for any
Yeah.
vehicles that aren't licensed, and then. At least these other two people, the Bud Light and the A1 junk,
so we've got two quotes in the packet and then this one that came in late.
this one came today, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I just told them, clean up all the stuff in the driveway, the stuff that's coming out of the garage, so that the garage door shuts, and then there's like some weeds on the side of the house, and then any other trash just in the front and whatnot. anything that's
Backyard's a
really-
whole nother story probably.
And I don't know how you go about that, because like I can't go onto their property to take pictures of that. So like what I.
Because there's not LA access.
No, what I can see from driving by is what I have proof of needing cleaned up, so.
Oh, that's a start. Getting the.
But yeah, if what you can see driving by is cleaned up. I don't know.
So, go ahead.
No,
Do these companies know that? Like, is the resident gonna be okay with us sending these people in?
Probably not. I mean, I'm gonna call the sheriff.
Okay,
I
that's,
would-
that's what
I was-
I would make sure that these
They
guys
know.
know that they should have a
Oh.
sheriff representative there.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna coordinate that.
Yeah,
cause I didn't know if they have, there might be certain liabilities that they might not wanna take on where.
I mean, I told them this
I'm
is,
thinking,
I mean, I've told them it's nuisance abatement, like
Okay.
going in.
oh, as long as they, oh,
Whatever.
okay.
And I know that the Good Life guy did some work here in Arlington. I think. More than happy to do it. So I don't know.
So will we have to pay an impoundment fee per day?
Well, I mean, at least like where, because I think Washington County told it to Wakefield and Kenner, correct? And you don't pay that till you pick up the car. So I think it just incurs, and whoever ends up picking it up or whatever.
unless
I'm not-
it's the auction. Sometimes they go to auction after they sit there long enough that they're
Sure.
not claimed.
So I don't know if that's necessarily on.
So it's not something charged back to
I
us?
don't.
I don't
you
think
get
so.
charged for that.
Okay.
My understanding is normally that's, if you want the car back, you have to pay for the storage.
Right.
And the tow fee. And if nobody claims it, then they hope they get reimbursed their tow fee at the auction.
Well, and it'd be the same people towing anything from like the fire department or, you know, auditorium stuff. So that's not on us.
I'm just trying to see how big that bill could get.
Well, right.
Yeah,
It's there for 6 months and it's a daily fee of $65.
my understanding, it's only if you want the car back.
Okay.
that
Right.
those fees are paid.
I would say this is a good example though. We need to figure out our nuisance policy and make it a little more clear. So that, I mean, we have one bid that's laying it all out based on what our nuisance ordinances are.
Mhm.
And then we just have two that are like, well, clean it up for
Right.
X.
And that's what I got.
What does that look like? Right?
Mhm.
So. Either one, we need the scope of work and we give them the scope of work, which is basically our nuisance ordinances or. Right, so. we can say, hey, this is what you were supposed to do.
Mhm.
For,
And I mean-
for 600, for
Well, and I
750.
think, yeah, and like, to be fair, like, I don't know the last time this was done. I mean, there's nothing for me to look at. I mean, everything I do is by example. I don't know.
Right, so this is,
Wasn't it still when Ryan?
Well, I know the last time it was done, we did it.
I was saying, I thought we did
We're
it.
doing it again. Because the sheriff showed up for about 5 minutes and left, and I go.
I don't know. Anyway, this is what I got, so.
Well, do we want to take the low bid and see how it works out and
I think we take the low bid, at least to hopefully clean up everything you see from the street, get rid of the vehicles.
see what we learned from this process and try and have a better,
So John, will you be there then, just to make sure that they grab the stuff that we're thinking, or?
Can be, I mean,
I mean, don't we want a representative there to make
yeah,
sure,
yeah, I think so.
more so than just the sheriff?
I don't want you there without the
Yeah.
sheriff.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
When he leaves, I
Well, and I think that's a part of it, is you're gonna help make sure he stays there too. I mean,
you or she.
he or she, they stay there, yes. Yes.
Yep.
But I think you have a very valid point, that this is very detailed as compared to the other things, yes.
right. I mean, if we talk apples to apples, we don't know
Well,
what.
that's what got me thinking right here, is when they're putting this on there versus the other ones are not.
Right, insured and, you know,
So as far as this goes, we pay, do we get the money from, how do you get the money out of it? Who pays the bill?
Well, I think we put a lien on the property, just like we would with a delinquent bill.
If they ask, I mean.
I mean, they could pay if they wanted to, but
Really?
What?
offer.
So really.
I say, how many times are we gonna bill them for it before we stick it on a lien?
I guess, yeah, send them a bill first, send the owner a bill. And if they don't want to pay,
Yeah,
then we.
if they wanna pay it, they can, and if not.
So do we need to take the lowest bid, or do we take something more reputable?
piece that wouldn't be taken would be the car if we have means to do that, right? If the county has means to do that,
The county has people on their list, but,
that we can use.
yeah,
Yeah, that we're contracted with, in essence, basically.
yeah.
And we're talking 550 just to cut down the weeds.
Well, I and Jay are gonna be $3,270. And I'm sure that we've got those two covered. With just litter, rags, tin cans, bottles of glass. I mean, I can see that stuff from the street. So I mean, we've got quite a difference in price though then.
Chances on this $600 bid. See what that-
Do we have any experience with a little bit to call them non-reputable?
I think the low bid actually worked for Jeff Herrick, who's on Zoom.
Oh, yeah, he is there. We got any questions?
I guess. Yeah, that would be the good light bulb and junk removal.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Jeff, I guess the question that I would have, would the $600 cover basically all of the definition of nuisance regulations and bring that and take care of those? And if you need to know what those are, we can read those off, but it would be definition 4.20.020. See there.
Jeff, can you hear us?
You have to unmute them, Kate,
Yes.
Hello,
There,
There we go.
now I can talk.
So the question was just, for the bid that you gave for abatement of the nuisance property. Will that cover basically our definition of nuisances for the village?
I'm sorry, you must have the wrong Jeff.
So
Different, Jeff?
no, I think Good Life did work for you. Good Life hauling and junk removal. He told me he worked for you.
Oh, yes, I
I
forgot
think his
about,
name's Brian.
yeah, when the bar was cleaned out, I forgot that was the name of the company.
Yeah.
Yes, so how did that work? We paid him a fee for labor, but then we paid for the dumpsters ourselves. So yes, they just supplied the manpower. Now, since then, he may have become capable to do the hauling himself, but I'm not sure.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yep.
No, that's what we're saying. This is a lot more laid out than the other ones.
is Juan from one of these companies?
I don't know.
Push it another month, but then it's not.
Yeah, I wanna keep things.
I would say,
I don't know. This is all the quotes people gave me. So there was no official whatever. I don't know.
if this one falls to just labor and we still have another 1,000 in disposal. I mean, we don't know
We asked once.
If-
This case.
if one is on for one of the two.
Juan, if you can hear us, does he have a hand raise option? If you have anything to add to these quotes, we'd love to hear it.
Well, as far as getting rid of tires, we know how troublesome that is. So a $600 bid has that option.
So we don't have to use Mean Machine for the cars, like we said. The sheriff's.
No, yeah, I was just gonna call the sheriff. They do tell me.
Gotcha. So we're looking at I and J really, and that's it.
I and J, I don't know what C and D would
Because we
be.
don't need to do S, right? Or. That's energy.
That's just the,
And there might be some weeds that.
I mean, there's weeds on the side of the house. I don't,
Okay,
I don't, I mean, there's not a ton.
I don't even find C and D.
Hey, Kate, did Good Life, did they acknowledge that they were picking the stuff up or just providing dumpsters? I just want to make sure that do we have any clarity on
Right.
such a massive difference in cost?
So C and D and hazardous material. I wonder what
I don't know what C and D is.
C and D means. John, do those people ring a bell with you? C and D and hazardous?
If they would have it, you know, barrel.
In our
full,
nuisances
yeah,
or ordinances. I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, I didn't know that I needed to ask if there were dumpsters provided. I didn't know what I needed to ask. I called some places and sent them pictures and said, can you clean this up? And I explained what needed to go. And nobody said, yeah, but supply the dumpsters. So I don't know.
Well-
We could accept a little bit based on the contingency of clarifying that's what they're doing all this. And if it's anything but a complete removal per our code.
Yeah.
We're still at the same spot next month. or we accept this other one right now.
Well, we could always have the sheriff get the vehicles, and make a start on it.
Maybe that's where you start and see what the pushback is, if they're upset about that or whatever. And then
Doesn't matter.
well, no, I know,
To
but I'm
me-
just saying, all I'm saying is the level of professionalism you may need from people to do the job.
So the dump fee of C and D is construction and debris.
C and D. Oh, I thought he was referencing, because he's been referencing the
Right.
nuisance ordinances.
But that's
That's
just-
what he meant.
That's the cost per ton to dispose of construction and debris
Oh.
You get a dump.
to the dump.
Yep.
Oh,
So he'll haul it, that would be the haul to the dump per ton. Cause that's what they charge or whatever. But hazmat would be determined based on what he finds,
Yeah.
what he finds, right? Like,
And whatever they charge him for hazmat,
right,
what they deem as being hazmat.
and dispose of it correctly as opposed to
Right.
piling it all in one dumpster and just
Mhm.
taking it to the dump.
Mhm.
So,
Why worry if we drag this out another month, it's gonna be under snow and then nobody will honor their bids.
right,
I'd say we take a chance on the low bid. Move ahead with this and then we know to ask more questions next time based on how this turns out.
I'll make a motion to accept unless you got some more comments.
If you
I'm not
got
okay
anything
with
else,
this. My only thing is, if this is our first new, like, if. We haven't done this in such a long time, we have one bid that actually says, this is what they're gonna do. And we have two bids that just say, hey, $600 and we'll clean it up. And I'm just concerned. It's not gonna go to the proper spot. And then who does that fall? I mean, it probably should fall back on them. We know this one has $1 million liability. They don't, do they have insurance? Are they bonded?
like
Like,
concerned, when you say the proper spots, you're concerned that if there's hazard.
we don't know what material is there. That's my biggest concern because
I'm
it's
sure
just,
there's probably
giant
jugs
piles.
of gas.
Who
oil.
knows what?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's my only concern. So I hate waiting, but I agree. I just don't know if we're looking at atmosphere. Right.
At the end of the day, the expense to the village is getting passed on to the property, so that should be no worry financially for us, right?
That's where I just feel like moving forward, we're gonna need to make sure that we have a scope of work then at least.
Well,
That
if we're
covers
not
these
comfortable
things.
with the bid or the information that we have to make an approval, then. I don't wanna force anybody to do anything they don't wanna do, so. If we wanna wait, we can at least get the cars moving with the sheriff's department, we can get those towed. We can try and get these bids clarified. What does everyone think?
Theoretically, it's a cost that's going back to the owner. So do we need to have the cheapest bid? Or do we need to have the bid that's gonna make sure that's protecting the village in terms of hazmat?
That's my concern.
Bonded liability insurance. I don't know. This bid is more detailed than the other two.
Yeah. You have a point there. If we're worried about our liability, maybe that's the only bid we can accept.
Based on the fact that we have not done one of these, I mean, when you went in there and just did it, did we really have any pushback when we billed? I don't remember.
No, but I think this is gonna be a different scenario.
I agree, and that's where I'm like,
I think this is.
and I know we have the law on our side. I know we have the sheriff's gonna be there, but
If this price gets the backyard cleaned up too, I'm all for.
Well,
I have a feeling that one is gonna take care of the nuisance, right?
yes. What do you say? It's getting passed on to the owner? And we know it's gonna, we feel like this is the best bid. There we have it.
I think moving forward, like knowing now, I think
Okay,
we can lay this out for all those that want to bid on
Mhm.
going forward. So people know what the expectation is. Cause I feel like I don't know, if everyone had that same expectation, right,
Yeah.
to meet our code.
You know, give us me and the team and they put together and then it's. Get there.
So then, are we comfortable making a motion to accept the bid from Mean Machine?
I'll make a motion to accept the bid from Mean Machine on the scope of work that it presents. Excluding the hauling away of the cars.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve the bid for nuisance abatement from Mean Machine as presented, minus car removal. If there's no further discussion, let's vote on that motion.
Travis Kramer.
Aye.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Jason
Aye.
Weaver. Paul Kraus.
Aye. Item 8,
Okay, motion to adjourn.
we have a motion
Second.
and a second for adjournment. If there's no further discussion, let's vote on that motion.
Scott McCorney.
Aye.
Jeremy Hansen.
Aye.
Jason Weaver.
Aye.
Travis Kramer.
Aye.
Paul Kraus.
All right.